All right, what up, Lowe's? Um, it's going to be a quick one this week. I had too much shit going on to give it a whole lot of love and attention, but I did promise I would try and stick it out this season. Whether you like it or not, don't too much give a shit. You're welcome to watch it, and hopefully you enjoy it. So we're going to call this one Beast and Bum of the Week Draft Edition. I went back through looking at everybody's teams, and really, like I said, this is just my opinion, and it is probably not worth a whole lot of shit to anybody. But I did notice in the online rankings they had Duke ranked as the number one draft. Now I thought it was somebody else earlier in the week when we talked about it. Either way, for me, Beast of the draft, I picked red balls. My notes here, I think Chase and Chase with London, that's a big top three. And then I think Ridley's going to be sneaky good. Talked all season about Cam Ward's just all over his nuts, man, and he's feeding him as much as he can. I think Ridley's going to have easily 1,000-yard season, but I think he's going to not only have good touchdown numbers, but he's definitely going to have well over 100 catches. So I think he's a surprise on that roster. Overall, though, I saw lots of upside. However, quarterbacks are a gamble. If Murray don't pay out, I'm not sure J.J. McCarthy's the guy either. So top to bottom, I thought running backs and wide receivers for him were solid as hell. But I am a little bit concerned about the quarterback situation. However, if that pays off, it's definitely a top-notch team. Bum of the week. And this one I feel bad, man. I'm not calling nobody out, and I had it boiled down to a couple teams, but I got to give it to Philly boy. And the reason being, I think the roster's good, man, but I had so many questions and concerns from my point of view. I think JJ with that soft tissue injury, I don't know what he's going to do. Plus, he's got JJ McCarthy throwing to him. First-time rookie, I just don't know how that's going to work out. Breece Hall with the injury to the O-line right now, and plus him staying healthy and dealing with that offense as a whole, I just don't know how that's going to work. And he's your top guy, really, truly. And then you're just old after that, man. Austin Eckler and Nick Chubb, even though Nick Chubb's the number one guy, and I think he was a good pickup where you got him, I'd be a little bit nervous with him being the bell cow on your roster. And Eckler, I just don't know how much love he's going to get. He wasn't quite what I'd hoped he was last year, and I can't see him getting a whole lot better. So we'll see what happens with it, though. I mean, it may pan out, and I could be just dumb as dirt. Like I said, no shots fired on this one. It's just looking at the roster top to bottom. I was concerned about the age of overall that entire roster and how they're going to produce. So that's my beast and bum. And Duke, good for you, man. Shout out from the league and online for them to give you some love. Your roster's good, man. Straight up. All right, now we're going to picks. I'll start with first game is me and these Bucks. He is online projected to beat me, 54 to 46%. But I'm looking over the lineups and the matchups, and I'm picking myself on this one. And I think the big thing for me, and I know y'all gave me a bunch of shit during the draft, RJ Harvey with 11 points projected. I don't think so, man. I think everybody's going to be surprised with what happens there, and I think he'll probably be the difference maker for us. And I do think over here, Tet McMillan, I don't know what he's going to do coming out the first game. Rookie in that offense. They got him projected pretty high, too, almost 19 points. I'd be shocked if that goes down. And I'll be honest, I'm a little worried about Ashton Genty and that Faders offensive line. I just don't know what's going to happen with him. He's got all the talent in the world, but if you ain't got the right guys blocking for you, he ain't going to be worth a shit. So up in the air on him and how that works out. One thing you got going for you is you got Bo Nix. Big Dick Bo Nix. So if anything, he's going to carry you across the line, but I'm picking me in that one. Next matchup, I got Zeke and the commish himself, Man Soup. Online, they're projecting Zeke to pull it off. I, too, actually had him, and my big note on this one was I think the difference between this matchup is going to be the Eagles' defense versus Dak Prescott. And I just heard that they're expecting rain all through the night tonight. I don't think Dak's going to be able to do what everybody wants him to do in the air, and I think the defense is going to cause him some fits. So I think that'll be the difference overall. But running through the lineups, James Conner might be projected a little high for Zeke, potentially, and I don't know about Alvin Kamara in this offense. I think he's going to be the biggest part of their offense, but I don't know how it shakes out. I think they got Cooper Kupp possibly set a little low with 13 points, but again, you never know. And then for the commish, I mean, I thought Chuba Hubbard was an awesome pickup, and I think he'll probably do a little bit more than 19 points. The big thing was, it's that last half of the season last year, he was like a top 3 fantasy back. I don't foresee that changing. I think he's going to be that dude. But you guys do have Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith and Jigba kind of competing for catches. I see they got JSN for 23 points versus Cooper Kupp's 13. I think it's closer to probably 50-50 on those two, but we'll see. Either way, I'm picking Zeke on this one. Sorry, Commish. All right, next matchup, Duke, BDZ, Dynamite. Online, they're predicting Duke will pull it off by a pretty hefty margin. What's the overall points they're offering? Oh, not a big margin point-wise, but the percentage look pretty big. I, too, am picking Duke. Big one for me on your side, BDZ. I think Krosky, Merritt, Bill. I had high hopes for him, too, but if they're already throwing him down number 4 on the depth chart, I'm just uneasy about it. I don't know what they're going to do with his touches and if he's really going to get the carries I thought he would or what you're probably thinking. So I think that one's going to hurt you a little bit. On top of that, DJ Moore, I don't know how that works out this year. T. Higgins will probably have another big game, and, of course, Joe Burrow is going to go the fuck off. And I think your Bengals defense will do real well against the Browns, but I don't know if it'll be enough to carry you across Lamar Jackson, Saquon, James Cook, Trey McBride. Not as big on Zay Flowers and Devontae Smith, but I think their projections are probably decent and going to be okay. Overall, I just think, Duke's got the firepower to pull off the win on this one. So, Duke, you got the nod this time. Next up, Anna Catuli and Red Balls. Red Balls is a massive favorite on this one online. Projected to blow them out by 15 points. Who'd I go with? So I went with Red Balls too, but my notes here, I do think it's going to be closer than online thinks and probably than anybody else thinks. I do think that Kenneth Walker is projected way too high. I think you're going to see a lot less touches for him this year. I think Charbonnet's going to really eat into his production, and I think that costs you a little bit. Now, if Kyler Murray pans out, like I said, I think you'll be just fine. He's going to be great. I think Drake London is going to be a big-time moneymaker, and Jamar Chase, he carried me almost to the championship last year, so you did well picking him up. Over there for Anna Catuli, I like his roster overall. I think Trevion Henderson's probably going to get a little bit more than what they're projecting, and he's going to be an overall beast. He might be the best rookie running back in the class this year when it's all said and done. And I thought they put DeAndre Swift a little bit low. Same with Cortland Sutton. I think he's going to have high target rate and probably a touchdown, maybe 2. So I think it'll be closer than we think, but I'm with the online projections, and I think Red Balls is going to pull it out. Next up, Chubb Hunter and Candy Shop. So online, they got Chubb Hunter pulling this one out. Close game, 3 points or less. Looking at it, though, not how I see it. I got Candy Shop winning this one. I think for Chubb, Brock and Tyreek are projected way too high. Purdy, I don't think he's going to be a 23, 24-point quarterback every week at all. And Tyreek Hill, absolutely not. His team hates him. Everybody hates him, and he just didn't do shit last year. I definitely don't expect him coming out the gate putting up 22, 23 points in week 1 against Indy. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. And then on the other side for Candy Shop, I think they got Pacheco a little bit too low. 14 points. He's definitely their bell cow, and I think the offense is going to try and run through him a little bit while they're hurting at wide receiver. I think he's going to put up a lot more than what they're expecting, and I do like Drake May. I think he's going to be just fine. You got the wheels on him plus the arm. They brought in a little help at wide receiver. I think he's going to have a good season and probably a big game here, seeing as the Faders are just kind of trash. So for me, I'm going Candy Shop, number 1 on that one. And then final game of the week, Philly Boy Green and Y'all Need Jesus. Again, I'm going against the grain here. Online's got Y'all Need Jesus pulling out a big win. I'm looking at it with the matchups and the personnel. I like Philly Boy Green to pull off the upset here. This would probably be my upset of the week. And I'll tell you the biggest reason for me, while I like your roster, Y'all Need Jesus, man, they got you projected for 70 points out of the Jacksonville Jaguars offense. I can't see it, man. I've been riding with Trevor Lawrence for a couple years now, and he just ain't the dude. I'm not sure. Maybe this year he fixes it with this new head coach being an offensive mind and gets it rolling, but Travis Etienne is going to be losing touches, easily losing touches. And then Brian Thomas Jr., I think he's gonna ball out for you. But they're projecting 70 points between those three. I just can't see it. I do like Omarion Hampton getting the start for you, though. I think he's gonna work it out. The fear over there for you, PBG, again, is Justin Jefferson. I don't know what happens with that injury and if he really is 100% ready to go and what's going to happen with his quarterback. But overall, with the rest of the roster, first night, opening weekend, I think those projections ain't bad, and I think you're going to be just fine. So that's what I got. We'll see how it turns out overall with my overall rate at the end of the year, assuming I keep this thing going all the way. Like I said, I start senior NCOA in just about 3-4 weeks. I'll be on stateside time, but trying to keep up with my kids' sports. It's my son's senior year. He's the captain of the football team and playing about 5 fucking positions. And then my daughter's balling out in volleyball. So I may be waking up in the middle of the night to try and watch their shit. And I might have to give the league a little less love than what I had. So, but here's week 1. Hopefully y'all enjoy it. Looking forward to the feedback, and good luck to everybody.